Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. And first, I want to say if you're new to this video, new to this channel, watching it the first time, or have watched multiple times but have not subscribed, please subscribe. And to everybody else that has subscribed, I really appreciate it. Please also like this video because this information, as well as other information on this channel, needs to reach a lot of people. A lot of people are in need and need a way to actually better their financial situation. So the name of this video is how to maximize your income on Doordash. I will be talking, let me switch screens. So I will be talking on multiple topics. So I'm going to break down various different DoorDash drivers out there. There's those that maybe think of dashing, but they never actually got into a position of dashing. Those that I might have downloaded the app, signed up on the app, but never got there. Then we have new dashers, top dashers, dashers that dash every day, dashers that have a minimum dollar per mile they'll take, hidden tip hunters, and take everything that actually makes sense. And you might actually fall into multiple categories as we read through these categories. So let's begin. So first, I'm going to be talking about non-dashers. And first of all, before I actually uh, go there, I want to actually tell you guys that I recently dashed for 18 days in a row without making full a break within 24 hours. And I have actually witnessed and noticed things as I went through those 14 days and as I stepped into the day 15, 16, 17, and 18. And some people say, oh, you can make good amount of money when you dash every day. I have discovered not exactly. So, um, you guys can actually find a video about me, about my background somewhere. I do talk a couple times, a couple different videos. But I want to first actually touch bases on those that have watching YouTube videos, trying to go out and dash, trying to sign up in an app, and actually cannot actually get themselves to do it. Something holding them back. Those dashers are the ones that actually make nothing. So what I have for you is this. Whatever is stopping you, you need to figure it out. You need to resolve it. You need to download an app, register, churn out that app, and give it a try. You're not going to know are you good at it or you're bad at it until you try it. That is correct. Until you try it. So that's the first group. They don't make nothing. By the way, before I proceed, let me actually throw a disclaimer on the screen. And where is my disclaimer? So, guys, just quickly pause it, read to it, because end of the day, we are talking about money, and I cannot guarantee you're gonna make anything or you're gonna make anything at all. Markets are different, so attitudes of people different, the views are different, everything is different. So your results can vary from a little to completely the opposite. So next we have new dashers. New dashers that have no clue what they're doing usually have a tendency to try to prove themselves that they're the best dasher. They deserve this gig, and they'll do whatever it takes to actually prove that, including taking every single order. That means that their score is 100% rating from customer, their acceptance rate is 100%, their completion rate is 100%. And when any of those drop, they panic, they grab the phone, they call support, and they try to battle with support. Then they call support and they try to complain with support that base pay is not reasonable. Uh, this is impossible to make a living, and so on and so on. Honestly, these type of dashers, they usually average somewhere under $10 an hour before any expenses. Now, if I was just talking about you, please continue watching this video. It's very important because what you're going to see and hear on this video will change the way you dash. You will stop taking the $225 orders. Your ratings will become more stable from customers and you will start making more. Now we have top dashers. Those dashers that actually found out about a top dasher program, they like to the benefits of a top dasher, dash anytime, and they'll take almost everything. And and there's a situation where throughout the week they'll fall in other categories. Throughout the month they might fall into other categories, but at the end of the month they'll take literally almost everything because they need that security. And I understand about security. I actually a top dasher myself up to the end of this month, and I'm willing to take a leap of faith and not be a top dasher starting January 1st. So, what do top dashers make? They can vary. They can vary between from 10 to 20, maybe even a little bit more than 20 bucks an hour. But at the end of the month, their income dramatically drops for the 3 days of their qualifying, where their income drops to roughly about $7 to $10 an hour on average. So then we have dashers that dash every day without a break. Like I told you, I tried dashing for 18 days and something interesting happened. Starting on day 15 and all the way through the day 18, DoorDash started dramatically filtering what they sent me. I was not seeing this, I was not seeing any hidden tip deliveries, or maybe one or two in those 4 days window. But I have not been seeing much of the $2 and $3 deliveries. Majority of those deliveries were actually around $5, $6, $7 deliveries. I also noticed that they actually would show $1 to $2 more compared to my hidden tip sheet. But that's about it. I very rarely, I would say honestly, I almost did not see any orders past $12 or maybe $13 maximum. You guys can actually go back and watch some of my videos. And as a hidden tip hunter, and having that cheat sheet, for me it was weird. To a weird where I made a decision on day 18th. I am going to break the day 19th, and I'm no longer going to dash on that day, so I can actually go back to regular dashing. And also, that's when I made a decision. I'll dash only 5 days a week. That's Monday through Friday during the weekdays, and I'll take the weekends off. Maybe on Saturday, I'll use that to catch up what I might have lacked of made during the weekdays. So now, if you want to maximize your income, but at the same time, trying not want to be the hidden tip hunter, I think this is probably your best bet is dashing every day without creating a break. That means without creating a whole day break. That means dash 7 days a week on evenings or mornings or whatever you prefer, nonstop. This will put you in a position where DoorDash will try to send you better deliveries, not the best, but they will be, but at the same time, try to be a top dasher, and at the same, and they'll send you the best possible deliveries that do not have of any hidden tips in it. Now, out of those, you still will have to pick the best ones. Then we have a group of dashers that actually will say, you know what, I'll dash for anything that'll match $1 to a mile or above. Or I'll take anything that matches $2 per mile or above. And they stick to that. Again, those dashers can stay somewhere around 15 plus dollars an hour on average. Then you have hidden tip hunters, which I fall into that category. And about hidden tip hunters, these are the this is the group that actually can max out their money by staying over $20 an hour. A lot of these rates that I mentioned are related to the holiday season because right now it's a holiday season. We're coming up with to the last week before Christmas, and things are changing quickly. And those of you that have been considering dash and have not dashed, or for whatever reason not dashing, this is actually the week if you want to make some money to actually go out and make it. Of course, stay away out of the traffic areas. Now with hidden tip hunters, you're gonna go to the video 27, episode 27 on my channel, and you're gonna watch that video in detail. You're going to also, in the description section, click on a cheat sheet link, which will open in a browser form, and there you'll be able to actually follow matching the mileage compared to the shown offer and looking, is the offer equal or better? And then you'll make a decision, will you take that delivery or not? And there's dashers that actually that make sense. And I think these dashers might actually sometimes outperform hidden tip hunters because they're not just hunting, but they're also taking anything that might make sense. Because sometimes when you hunt, you might be sitting for half hour, 45 minutes before something comes around, especially after the holiday season. This will become a comment. But when you actually mix together of hidden tip hunters and take everything that makes sense, you can actually maximize your your earnings. And I have seen that actually can go as up to 30 plus dollars an hour. I cannot guarantee that those dollars will be like that after holiday season, but I have seen this especially during this holiday season. So these are couple different categories based on my opinion how they pay out. And also one other thing is, and something that I actually forgot, those people that are actually using 2 apps or 3 apps, especially in markets that might not be providing you the results on one app, you can actually increase your results and maximize dollar amount. Now, I have not been making videos based on that yet because majority of the time, DoorDash keeps me busy as it is. But as it comes past the New Year's, I'm suspecting things going to slow down. And I'm going to start using more and more Uber Eats. And I'll start showing how you can actually maximize. Couple things that I can tell you is this. If you're running 2 or 3 apps and you got an order on one app and you get an order on another app, make sure that pickup and drop off are coordinating together with both apps. Otherwise, do not take it if they're going opposite direction, and you will turn yourself into one of those customers or the pickups where they have to wait long time for you to actually pick it up or deliver. So make sure that if you choose it, they go along with each other uh, beautifully and barely noticeable on either app that you actually double dipping on 2 apps. Now, if your market is good enough on both apps, you might actually double your dollar amount income by doing that. But be careful because if you start taking orders that are not matching and going opposite, or you get stuck with one order where you have to wait long time at the restaurant and you're not willing to actually give that order up just to save yourself from the getting in trouble with another app, you will get in trouble and you will be kicked off one of the platforms most likely. So be careful on that. But that is all I have right now. But I can tell you one thing. Dashing for more than 40 days in a row does not put you in a best position to make the money. But if you are lazy to calculate, to count, to look at what makes sense, and just want to take almost everything in the row that actually comes in, that might be your best choice. But for everybody else, I'll tell you guys, you can test it in your market. See, maybe the results in your market are different compared to mine. But for me, it was not worth it. It was actually draining energy out of me. I was feeling weak because I was doing this for 10 hours a day. And end of the day, my comparison for what DoorDash pays me to what I receive from customer and tips started actually matching 1 to 1. Usually, when I hunt for tips and I take it, what makes sense, it's actually $1 from DoorDash to about 250 in tips. So it does make a big difference when you actually hunt. But for those of you that lazy, it might actually work for you just dashing without taking a day of break. So guys, study your market, learn your market, look for the concept that works best for you. Don't be the one that actually sitting on the sidelines and not actually dashing at all. Don't be the newbie that actually just takes everything. Don't try to be the top dasher that tries to keep his score about 70 all month long. Try to make sure that the system you're going to use, even if you're going to, and I would recommend using the hidden tip cheat sheet, but the system you're going to choose to use, make sure that it works for you and it makes you money. Do not fall in trap where DoorDash will push you around and tell you what to take. Because remember, they're in business to make money. That means they don't care about you. And even some people can argue, including me, that they might care about the customer. They don't care about the customer. And they already showed their hand. They don't care about nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. The only thing they care is about the dollar that flows in. And I still don't understand why they don't even care about the bottom line. So, if they do not care, especially about you, why should you care about them? When they send you a message, oh, we added $1 extra during the peak time, and they said thank you for dashing, you think that means they care to you? They care about you? No, they don't. They're doing that for one reason, because there's not enough of drivers that going to take the 225. That's the only reason they're pretending to care, so that 225 can be delivered. So, they don't care about you. Why should you care about them? Why should you care about them more than care about yourself and your family? Why? Go out and take care of your family and care about you, your family, and the top dollar you could bring in for your family. Maximize your bottom line, not theirs. Your bottom line. And make sure you have a plan B, because one of these days, this thing might change to a point where it's not going to be worth for any of us to maximize our time and money with them anymore. But until that day happens, make sure you're building your plan B and your plan B is effective and works. Be blessed.